Hi. So today we will be looking at a couple of Linux LXCs. If you're not familiar with the term, well, basically it works like an user space interface for the Linux kernel containment features, and we can basically create and manage systems or application containers with a powerful API and simple tools. Now, you might wonder, well, why not Docker? Is LXC better than Docker? Well, it depends on the user case because Docker is designed for developers who want, to quickly and efficiently build or deploy application in various environments with minimal setup, of course. On the other hand, the LXCs is more suitable for users that need a lightweight alternative to virtual machines. And obviously, you want more control over the operating system and hardware. Basically, we will deploy a couple of LXCs today on our Proxmox node. And if you remember from our previous videos, we have a couple of Proxmox VE helper scripts. Now the website has moved. I will drop a link in the description. And today we will be looking at a couple of, well, mainly two of them. One is something that I want to personally test. Will probably be very useful at the place I'm working. That will help our developers on web design, and of course the devs that are doing the apps for that website. Um, one of which will be actually the web check. If we click on script, you can also find it under network and firewall. We simply have to copy and run the command. So let's copy that. We'll go to our Proxmox. Make sure you are, maybe yours is gonna be named something else. Mine is home, so I'm gonna click on shell. And to paste that, if you forgot the CLI commands, we're gonna do shift insert and then press enter, and then simply wait for it to finish. Now I'm gonna click yes. Default settings, you're gonna press tab, click OK, and now we are waiting. Okay, so it's done. Let's copy this link. This is how we're gonna access the container. To do that, again, we'll use Control Insert to copy from our CLI, then paste it, and here it is. It looks something like this. From what I've read in the documentation, it will pretty much give you a lot of details about a specific website, including trace routes, DNS records. I mean, you can see IPs, SSL certifications, cookies, crawlers, pretty much everything that you need in order to have, let's say, a properly functional website, or to see if that particular website you want to check complies with some of the most important check marks that we usually do, right? So let's take an example. I don't know, maybe we could get this website itself. So it's just a website. We don't need to go too deep. And it will give us a server location, which where the website is hosted, headers. The screenshot of the main page doesn't apply here, but it doesn't matter because nowadays by default all of them are HTTPS. If we go back to the Proxmox V helper, if you remember that this was the previous icon, now it changed like this, but it is secure, so we know for a fact that the SSL certificate it's not self-signed or self-hosted. But firewall, let's see what else. TLS handshake simulations, crawl rules. Like you can see a lot of information when it comes down to a particular website phishing malware. There is no phishing, no malware detected for this website. So you could potentially use it to, let's say you want to visit a website that you haven't used before. You want to make sure that it's not a malware or a phishing website. You can pretty much run it here. But the reason I'm gonna use this, and I really want to use it at the place I'm working, is to help my dev teams that are dealing with web development and web applications. That's pretty much. If you want to, of course, see details, like you can see here, 25 jobs successful, 1 job skipped, 10 job failed. You can potentially manually retry for the quality, but that will probably be case to case. You can see the details of the error itself and how to fix it potentially. So this is pretty much a useful tool in many use cases, like I mentioned before. What else can we see here? There is any other block list, right? So there is no block list. And further down, you can install on top of this some external tools to add to your existing research. So you could, for example, check but I'm assuming domain tools that run who is lookup in that domain. Let's see if we can use this one. I thought it will install on top of it, but apparently it's opening a different browser. Okay, now that's very interesting. Right, so there you have it. You can have a who is record for github.io. Amazing. I mean, this is a very, very powerful tool. Let's see what else we can dig up. DNS checker. I don't care. Yeah. Okay. I mean, this is amazing. Right, so I'm gonna fidget with this most likely after I finish with the video. Just I was scrolling around this weekend and I read a little bit about the documentation, and then I remember a discussion that the devs had at the office, and I thought I might be able to come up with something. And since we have 3 nodes on premise, I can very easily deploy this. Let's see how it handles itself. If you remember from the rest of the videos, we have our other servers. Let's see. This one was, where was it? Ah, it was here. This size, yes. CPU cores, 2 gigs of RAM, 2 megabyte, no, 2 gigs of RAM. Yeah, okay. Not bad. Is the server dying? Is my question. Let's see, summary. I mean, with everything running, I would say it's pretty good since it's a container. It takes less resources as opposed to a VM. And we might in the future add more LXCs to see how much you can have. I'm pretty sure there are. Yep, so no, this is a VM. Arch, it's a VM. Alpine, it's an LXC. Debian, it's LXC. And there is an Ubuntu as well, but I'm not sure. I will probably leave this one to fiddle with it later on. But those are the default settings. If you click on it, you're gonna see here you need 1 CPU, 512 megabytes of RAM, and 2 gigabytes of hard drive. That's pretty interesting. And for the VM, we have the latest. I mean, it's not a big of a difference, but the reason on my instance we have more is because we are running on this particular VM the Zabbix server and some other shenanigans, and we can see here that we are close to 8 gigabytes. and it is scaling, but we will probably have to upgrade this node at some point, or potentially add a different node and maybe have a node that it's only VMs and a node that it's only containers or LXCs. We'll probably have Docker on it later down the line, but the next step is gonna be something that has to do with network. I'm gonna tell you the reason for it. This will be for a future video, but while we're at it, we can install it as well. Let's see what it is. Why is it not here? Okay, let's see if we can search for it. Right, so if you're not familiar with proxy, this module, this LXC NGINX will help you do port forwarding in a secure way. There is another one that I've used and I'm currently using on the nodes I have at work, which is Tailscale, um, both for agent and for the server. But this will help us in terms of creating our own self-sign SSL certificate. So we'll probably get this one to have it ready for a future video. So might as well. Let's have it spawn real fast. Shell shift insert, enter, and let's wait for it. Create yes. Default settings, yes. So tab, okay. And now we wait. Most likely the new version is not a stable version, but who cares, because we're not going to use it right away. By the time I'm going to get to use it and present it on a future video, will probably be a stable version. So we're going to leave it at that. If you want to run it straight away, might as well go for the older version or check which one is the stable version. If you go back to GitHub, actually, you can verify that. You most likely want to go with a stable version. But for now, we are preparing for the future, so for us it's fine for our use case. Right, so they expose port 81. Let's copy the link. Again, control insert. And let's close those two tabs. Paste this in. And we're gonna deal with this later on. So let's make a favorite window because yeah, I don't want to remember all those IPs. So back to the web check. I mean, you can get pretty much everything. Let's try Google. Just for the lols. So here is all the information. Google, of course, is Google. There is no. Okay, loading 36 out of 37. Only 4 job failed. Quality, no, we don't care. Mail config, rank, who cares? So pretty much all the other information it's up here, including domain who is, DNS record. This one also has a trace route, so the hops until you have a round trip completed. As you know, Google uses multiple IPs that are interchangeable, but that's, you know, besides the point. The screenshot, most likely when you first starting using Chrome and you are greeted with the Google whatever accept policies and whatnot. Yeah, the handshakes for Android and everything else, TLS text records, those are used for, when you do the website and you have the ms record and the txt records, the pages on the website, crawl rules. Of course, they invented crawling on websites, block lists, so on and so forth. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, you can very well, if you have a Proxmox, you can deploy this. It's very easy, as you can see. It will help you, fidget around. Maybe it will help you. Maybe if you're a student and you're looking into web design, or not web design, web development, maybe this is a tool that could help you. By no means this is a sponsored video. I do not have any sponsored videos. This is I'm doing as a hobbyist, and yeah, that's that. Let's leave it at that. uh, I would like to hear from you guys on the comments. As the channel will grow, obviously we're gonna have more and more discussions. I'm learning alongside you guys. So this is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like the video, please leave a like, and see you on the next video. Have a good one.